So again, I make the food part of the game. Yes. I'm luring her. Yes. So I lure her right into a sit. So for her, again, I'm going to use the food, keep it real close, make it yes, make a game out of it.
And what is the outcome of this? Why this
Yes.
particular?
Well, what we're doing is, and I'll give her back to you, what we're doing with this is, because we know she does so well with engagement, we're going to make the food become an event. So we're working and we're luring and we're making her go to the food. Then when we get her in the position of a sit, the word yes marks it, but it also frees her. So now not only does she sit for you, when we use the word yes, we're freeing them from that position, but we're making her have the food come to life for her. So now we're using her chase drive, and because for her, she likes to be moving. And that's really important. Same thing with Starbuck. They really need to be moving. So once we get them in the position that they're in, now once we release them with the word yes, now we let them come to the food. Yes. That's going to create more drive and more excitement in their learning. And in this whole thing that we call obedience training. So we're using the word yes right now to mark that she sat down without saying the word, but then we're making the food become this little mini event for her, which keeps her motivated and excited to be in training. Later, when we go to the word good, good is going to mean duration. Means stay where you're at and keep doing what you're doing. But right now, again, we're using the tool, the food, as a luring device to get her to move and be next to us and then go into a sit. And then after they're in the sit, then we release them and we make it's like them playing with a toy. So instead of just feeding her a piece of food now, we're making the food come to life for her. So now we're making it a game and part of engagement between you and her. And that keeps the dogs way more motivated than if we make them sit, we give them a piece of food, we make them sit, we give them a piece of food, and they're just like this, and they take a piece of food, and then they're checked out. This keeps them in the game, and it keeps them motivated to want to be in your bubble. And that's what all this is all about, is engagement, and you become the most important thing to the puppy, is you and the puppy. And we use the food, when they're hungry, as the tool that helps them stay engaged. Now what happens is, as dogs get older, when we do this really well, we can then substitute this. If they like toys, we can start substituting a toy for the food if the toy becomes really exciting for them and fun. Some dogs are very motivated by toys. Some dogs, we have to continue to use food.
Yeah.
And then over the course of time, we can go to random and variable food. So maybe every third time she sits and we release her, we give her a piece of food. But in the beginning stages, we make the reinforcement really high. And then later, we say, okay, we release the dog, we say, yes, we release. We ask the dog for another sit, we release, and then maybe on the third one, we give them a piece of food. But it's this whole relationship with your dog through engagement and play that they're learning the behaviors, but they're also engaged in this really fun game that you're doing with them. And that's why engagement is so incredibly important. Or if a dog takes a piece of food, they sit, they take a piece of food, and they check out, we don't have their brains anymore.
Yeah.
And then now we can't teach, because it's like kids in school. If you want to teach them something and they're looking out the window and daydreaming, they're not connecting to anything.
Yeah.
So we know they're going to connect to stuff when we play this game and they're engaged and they're going after the food, and then they're sitting and they're looking at you and you're releasing them and they're going, now we know we have their brains. And now they're really excited about learning with us. Ready to try?